Yo, what is up, 5-9 gamers? It is Galeriot here, back on another Dokkan Battle video, and today we have the breakdown for 17 and 18's Dokkan Fest unit, as well as the banner unit in 19 and 20. They look to be some crazy monsters, and of course today with me to discuss these units, we obviously have the epic gamer himself, Ignant. Say hello, mate.
Ohio Epic 5-9 gamers! I did a quick glance at these units already and they look pretty cracked. So let's go ahead and hop into this.
Yes, sir. Now, of course, we have the 17 and 18 on your screens right now. They are Extreme Tech, so maybe this might finally be the savior of Extreme Tech. Finally, you know, we've been waiting for this for so long. So shout out to the boy Garesh for, you know, doing all these translations, the homie, of course. And let's get right into it. So they lead Global Chaos and Future. I've seen Global Chaos's category. I don't know if you've seen it, Iggy, but it's basically a bunch of like Boos, Goku Blacks. I think there's obviously cells in there. Yep, cells are in there, 17 and 18. Yeah, how do you feel about the category? What do you think, mate?
I looked at it. It just kind of seems like another fodder category, but I mean, it's not awful. I think it would be good with the Future category as well.
Yes, exactly.
Just both of them.
Yeah, I think that'll be what will help them out for sure. I think it's not bad. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the category still. I feel like it's not an amazing category, right? It doesn't have the variety that most categories have. But when it comes to Extreme, if you have like at least a good set of Boos or a good set of cells, you've got a good set of teams going on there, especially if you have the androids, right? And on top of that, all they need to share is big bad bosses, in my personal opinion, and then they're good, and most of them do. So let's talk a bit about the super attack first and foremost. So non-stop violence, it's melee based, raises the attack and defense for 1 turn, and seal super. Not bad. I think that's good. What do you think? Should they have done a bit more, Iggy? Or is that fine?
I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, the seal
especially
super.
Considering everything else in their kit.
Yeah, we'll get onto their kit because the rest of their kit, yeah, it's crazy. But the seal super makes them amazing for SBR. But that's not all that makes them great for SBR. So their passive is Unrelenting Enjoyment, attack 170 and defense 180. I see what they did there, Dokkan. I see what you're doing there.
We see you.
We see you. Changes one type of key sphere besides tech to tech key spheres. So they're a tech key sphere changer. Really solid. Gain an additional attack and defense 35% per tech key sphere obtained. And then gain an additional attack 18% and defense 17% per key sphere obtained other than tech. Gain an additional attack 70% when collecting 7 or more key spheres, and an additional 80% defense when collecting 8 or more key spheres. Gain key +1 in addition when collecting rainbow key spheres. Perform an additional super attack if HP is 35% or less when attacking. Nullify key-based supers during the turn if receiving an attack when HP is 35% or more. That's a very long passive, but it's a really, really good passive.
I want to go ahead and point out, I think that their nullification is probably going to be the easiest one to get off. Just say that right off rip.
Yeah.
Because like Janema's technically is, but you have a 50% chance. Theirs is just straight up you're above 35% HP, which most of the time you will be. There'll be very rare times where you aren't. They're just going to nullify it. It's just right off rip.
Yeah, and I think there is a... It's not an amazing amount of key-based super attacks, but there is still a decent chunk of them, so you're gonna see it here and there. But obviously, if you look at the rest of their kit, they don't necessarily... I mean, it's obviously useful to just take no damage at all, right? It's a free attack, basically, you're getting, or a free defense you're getting, basically. There is no HP being taken. But if you look at the rest of their kit,
I don't think you're taking damage.
They don't take damage anyways. Like, look at it. Like you're gonna they're a key sphere changer. On top of that, if you put in, say, let's say they're on an Androids team and you put them with the if that Tech Android 18 ever EZAs, right? The Tech Android 18, that's phenomenal because you've got a rainbow. They're Tech key sphere changer. She's a Tech key sphere changer. Literally, you're gonna have a field of tech orbs that they can literally use, right? And they get 35% attack and defense per tech key sphere obtained. 35%, that's ridiculous. You get 5, and that's automatically like 180 effectively, or 175 or something like that. It's crazy. You get a lot.
It's not even just that.
Yeah.
But if you collect 7, you get 70% extra attack as well.
Yep.
And then you also get extra 80% defense to collect the 8 or more. Since they're tech orb changers and you have orb changers on the team,
Mm,
it's not like it Gohan, where it's like you have to work so hard to get any type of damage. They're gonna
exactly.
be pumping this out relatively easily because they give themselves the orbs.
Honestly, it is
So
actually insane how cracked they are just on their passive alone. So let's go on to their active now. Hellish Gain. Conditions are able to be used when there is one enemy whose HP is 35% or higher, or when there are 3 or more enemies once only. And it delays a single targeted enemy's attack for 1 turn. You basically have a turn 1 Usher, basically, literally.
yeah,
You
it's
lit
guaranteed. Like
it is probably one of the best active skills in the game right now because the conditions aren't that difficult. The only time you would be kind of cursing it, if anything, is obviously if there's only 2 enemies, literally. Apart from that, you're literally gonna get it every single time. It's actually cracked, especially for SBR. Now obviously there are chances you will find a 2 enemy in SBR. It's quite common actually, but for the most part, right, for what they are on, I think you'll see a lot of 3 or more enemies like slots there. So I think this is really good. What do you think, Iggy?
I think it's phenomenal. Like you said, the only time you won't get it, it's like when you have that odd times where there is 2 enemies. But for the most part, you're probably going to have a chance to use it before you get the enemy under 35%. And then even they are under 35%, you can't proc. You probably already done the fight that turn anyway.
Exactly.
3 or more enemies. This is a super battle road killer. For people like the no item runs, this is your unit because you basically get an item for free every single fight you do, and it doesn't count as an item because it's an active skill. So
Yep,
there you go.
exactly. Yep, no, 100% agreed. Links are obviously Android Assault, Organic Upgrade, Twin Terrors, Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown, Dismal Future, and Fierce Battle. It's not a bad link set. It's the common Android link set. The only one that I would say I wish there was would be maybe Big Bad Bosses over Organic Upgrade. But yeah, what do you think, Iggy? Do you agree?
I don't know if you would classify them as big bad bosses though. I know
Well,
people are like, oh, well, actually they are. I know everyone's gonna be mad, copium, but I don't think they really fit that demographic, I guess you'd say. So
yeah.
I like the links. I think it's fine. It's like common Android links that will do fine on that team.
Yep, no, definitely agree with you on that one. I mean, like you said, I would kind of classify them as a big bad boss, considering they were literally the boss for the Future Saga for quite a while, right? In terms of like for Trunks specifically, right? They were the end goal. But I can see where you're coming from. They
They're
weren't
kind of
that.
fodder when you get
Yeah,
a cell.
when you
You know?
think, yeah, exactly. Once you defeat Cell, they're just like, I mean, we did see they were basically fodder for Trunks by the time he got back, right? So I
Yeah.
can, so yeah, you're not wrong in that regard. Their categories are a bit less, I feel. I mean, it's 6 categories, still decent. They cover most of what they are on. Global Chaos, Androids, Future Saga, Joint Forces, Siblings Bond, and Android/Cell Saga. Yeah, I can't really think of anything they should have been on. Maybe. I don't think. I mean, they wouldn't classify. I guess you could say they should have been on Inhuman Deeds because they did kill Dr. Gero. So kind of a betrayal, but I don't know. What do you think, Iggy? Any category you think they're missing out on?
I think they're good. I'm trying to look at it. I think they actually fit on every team as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I know someone will say join forces, but we'll get into Zuna in a second. They're also releasing a duo 19 and 20 unit as well. So, depending how they are, they probably run with them very well and join forces, right? So,
Yep.
I mean, I think they fit on. They have 6 categories, which you probably about the minimum you want on the unit. And I think just glancing at it, they fit on all of them. I
Yep.
want to say. Yeah, so I mean, good categories, good passive, good super attack effect, good active skill, good links. I mean, this unit's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that they made them so OP. Like, it's crazy how good they are.
The extreme tech curse is broken. Let's go.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Obviously, we'll see them in action. Data downloads already out. We'll probably have seen some people, put them through the pacers because people have still managed to find their way around safety net. But let's talk
This is
about
not near as long.
let's talk a bit about Dr. Gero and Android 19. Their tagline is accumulated murderous intent. All right, a bit interesting. Leader skill is Android's category key plus 3 attack and defense and HP is 130. Super attack is Bionic Punisher, raises attack and defense for 1 turn and recovers 10% HP. Just like the original one, I think this is completely fine. Iggy, what do you think? It's fine, right?
Yeah, looks good to me.
All right, let's go. Let's keep going then. Passive is Energy Seize. Attack 200%, defense 190. Gain an additional attack and defense 39%, and disable enemy guard when launching a super attack. That disable enemy guard, I more often than not think it's useless, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's nice to have.
It's just there, it's there. I think I hate it more when it's on like an actual super attack effect like SGR UI Goku. I think that's the worst. So I just like, you could have just given him a better super attack effect at that point.
Yeah.
Androids category, allies key +3 attack and defense 40%. Fine, they've gone back to the support, which is great. Because obviously Hardwire's Goku wasn't a support for some reason. I think that would have been cool if they'd given him like Android / Cell Saga 40% attack and defense support. But to be fair, he did have a Hardwire, so I don't know how much he's supporting people, to be honest. Reveals the location of enemy super attacks when HP is 39% or less. Absorbs key-based super attacks launched at this character and recover 19% of the absorbed damage as HP. 39%, sorry, 39% of the absorbed damage as HP. I think that's really good. They have a really good start of turn passive.
This unit is cracked. Yeah. It's actually like the only issue is the 39% or less for these super attacks. But other than that, everything looks good. I think they'll be a very good linking partner with the Dokkan Fest unit, which is beautiful.
Definitely agree. I think the one thing I will say about the 39% or less, you might not see it that often, right? But it's one of those things it's one of those things when you do, it's gonna come extremely in handy because your HP is that low anyway, so you want to make sure you secure yourself. Another thing as well is if you are that low, you see the super, you can heal up and also then know where the super attack is happening, so you can then reorganize your team accordingly, right? So I think overall, like in terms of that, I think that's fine. Yes, I agree with you, it is still a bit less, but I'm just trying to see the bright,
well, I think the meta is
go for it.
I think the meta is with this, if you're running with the Dokkan Fest, I'm pretty sure if you heal up, you get the active skill. Yeah, active skills, if you heal, you get them back, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is you see the super attacks of this unit, and then you heal up, and then you got the active skill for the Dokkan Fest, so you can just use the active skill and skip that turn, so you don't have to worry about the super attack at all.
Yeah, no,
it's a nice synergy.
That is definitely a very nice synergy. You make a very, very, very good point there. Definitely agree with you. And then just like the other androids, they also absorb key-based super attacks. I'm actually curious. I wonder if somebody's managed to actually categorize like which enemies do key-based supers or something, because that'll be interesting to see at some point and see how many characters actually will do key-based super attacks in an event or something, right? Because obviously I feel like a lot of SBR enemies do melee supers, but they do tend to do also key-based supers. It's not like Gogeta where it's like that other category which you never see, right? Nobody sees it at this point, right?
I've used Gogeta so many times. I've seen that animation once.
yeah. So yeah.
And it's on a stage already taking like 10 damage for the super anyway, so it's just pointless.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I feel like key-based supers is a little bit better, but I think melee is the one that everybody seems to love a lot because that's what a lot of SBR enemies do, right? They just do melee supers. So again, we'll have to wait and see and figure out how many times will we actually see this. But when we do see it, it's very nice because you get 39% HP recovery there. So it's a free heal, basically. Really good unit. Very, very good unit. Links are Android Assault, Energy Absorption, Red Ribbon Army, Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. They share, what, 4 or 5 links? Let me check, actually. So they share Android Assault. They share Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown. Do they share Fear and Faith? No, they don't. They share Fierce Battle. So they share 4 links, which is not bad.
Really good. Because they also support.
Yeah, exactly. They also support as well. They get that P+3 all anyways. Yeah, I think that's completely fine that they share 4 links. They'll obviously share more links with some other units as well. It'll be very interesting. To be honest, I'm curious to see how many links these guys will share with the friend LR. I don't know if what, sorry?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Super 17.
No. I mean, yeah, the Super 17 as well. Actually, no, they wouldn't be. I was thinking about it. Why aren't they on Target Goku? But I remember now that Goku died literally before they even came on the scene.
Yeah.
So never mind. Yeah, never mind that. No, I was just saying. I'm curious to see how they would work with the friend LR. Because if that unit EZAs during this celebration, it'll be interesting to see like if they're perfect partners for each other. Because that 17 and 18 is in future. So even though they're based on the future ones, so we'll see how that goes. I actually should check it in a second. But
I don't know, man. I think these guys are their best friend, even if that other one easy A's. I don't know.
maybe
Just that support and the
yeah.
synergy with their passives going together and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I think this is a third form Frieza situation where they're just perfect.
They're just perfect, yeah.
They fit it so well.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of obviously of the other rotation as well. Maybe what about the other rotation? If they do easy A, the other rotation
Oh,
can be
fair.
those two. But yeah, I'm just trying to check right now. So, categories are for this Dr. Gero and Android 19 is androids, android / Cell Saga, Target Goku, Power Absorption, and Join Forces.
And how many of those do they share with the Dokkan Fest? They share
3.
androids, power, 3, yeah.
3.
Android Cell Saga, and
Yeah.
Joint Forces. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, dude, this
I mean-
unit's really good.
I mean, if you think about it, they're really good on Target Goku and Power Absorption as well, because they will be, leaning in with Super 17 on Target Goku, Cell on Power Absorption. So they'll share quite a few categories with some of the other androids as well. So they'll be good in pretty much all 5 categories, like we said. I'm just checking this right now. I'm looking at the LR 17 and 18. They share Fear and Faith. They share Nightmare. They share Twin Terrors, and that's it. They share only 3 links, which is a surprise because they are exactly the same characters. But okay, interesting.
That Fear of Faith, they don't have that one.
Wait, they don't. Oh yeah, no. I'm thinking of these 19 and 20. My bad. They don't share Fear
Yeah.
and Faith as well. So they share 2 links. That's even worse. That's even
Oh,
worse.
I guess that rotation dream is dead, buddy.
Yeah, that rotation dream is there. I mean, to be fair, I don't know why the 17 and 18 doesn't have Fierce Battle, considering it uses like actual medals. With how much Dokkan events we had to farm for this damn unit. Hopefully they add it during their EZA, but I don't know. Because if they add Fierce Battle, then it's actually they'll share actually 3 links. But even then, yeah, I thought they had more links shared between each other. Oh well, that's tough. Overall, I think these are 2 really, really good units. I mean, if you summon on Heroes on Japan, oh, good luck, brother. And whereas on us,
Yeah.
us global chats can actually wait and know what we're summoning for. Again, the benefits of having the foresight, buddy. That's that. I will always gash that shit up, bro. What do you think, Iggy? How do you feel about these units now?
I think they're really good. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, here comes more boring units for Dokkan. The 2 months strong, baby. And then I looked at it, I was like, oh, these are the Android category buffs that we've been needing, basically.
Exactly, yeah. No, I 100% agree. And I think, they designed them really well, I feel, especially with the rainbow, the key sphere changes. I keep wanting to say rainbow key sphere changes. They're not rainbow key sphere changes. But the way they changed it to tech, they get, their nukers, their starter turn, they'll go burr, quite literally. And on top of that, they have the nullification as well, which we haven't seen since Gogeta and Janemba, right? So that's good. And then on top of that, they're really good. They really are very good. They'll never not super as well, because they also get that key +1 when they're collecting rainbow key spheres. So you're gonna see their supers every single time, pretty much. It's ridiculous. They're so good. And then the 1920, like you said, this might be another Frieza situation where they're just so good. We'll obviously have to see them in action, which we will, of course, in the near future. Data downloads out and all, like I said. But yeah, any final thoughts you want to mention, Iggy, before we wrap up?
I mean, the units look really good. I'm very excited. Android's bust, finally.
Yes,
I can't wait to
sir.
see them in action, actually in game.
Yep, definitely agree with you on that one. Once again, big shout outs to the homie Garesh for the translations. And of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see y'all in the next video. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.
So.